Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
Go ahead as you waste your days with thinking. When you're full, everyone stands. Another day and you've had your fill of sinking. With the light.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:01. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, intern Mackenzie, as we take you through this Tuesday morning before we hand things over to Alan Mitchell, Declan Kruger, and the Lowdown Flow Tide, which will be followed by the Jason Gregor Show. Of course, Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Go pay them a visit. Tell them we sent you. They got fundraising opportunities now as well. Might just fundraise for myself, Duke.
The human fund.
Exactly. I'm just going to tilt your camera down a little bit, just because there's copyrighted stuff behind you.
Josh, I'll just drop down.
The games, and I don't want us to get shut down on the tube. They're always watching. You got to be careful.
The Olympics are right there with MLB in terms of, you wonder why people don't pay as much attention to it as they probably should, because they're the most unbearable when it comes to like copyright stuff. I get it. You need to protect your product.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you like in MLB, if you try and like tweet a highlight, taken down right away. It's like, oh yeah, what great exposure for the sport. And same thing goes for the Olympics. Like we get this every year. We saw it in the Summer Games. We got it again this year. When the games start, this whole list of things from our HQ at Stingray saying, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And the list is a page long. And then it's like, here's what you can do. And it's like 2 bullet points, essentially.
The page was here. Someone must have thrown it out.
We threw it away out of anger, saying, I don't give a damn about these rules.
You know what, though? Now we're cut off. If the logo wasn't in the bottom right corner of the screen,
we could get away with it.
I'd probably be okay with it, but
they probably do that on purpose. They want to get you.
Gotcha. Got to watch out for those gotcha moments. Have you been tuning in to the luge today at all?
Yeah, we've been watching the singles runs here of 3 and 4 for a couple Canadians. We watched some speed skating right at the top of the morning. Obviously, silver medal for the team, and then they actually all of the Canadian individuals performed quite well in their respective 500 and 1,000 meter women's and men's. And then we saw the replay of some of the freestyle skiing as well with cool. Also the 2 Canadian men, VL and the flag bearer, Michael Kingsbury. That's advancing through, so they will go on Thursday in the finals for that.
This is when we start ramping it up. People are like, oh, kind of a slow start. Well, there wasn't that many medals handed out. I mean, unless you're Italy. But now Canada, we're getting our thing going. In case you did miss it, was silver in the short track speed skating mixed team relay.
Pretty cool.
I was looking at that, and you had the guys on the team, some different size discrepancies, but they're getting it done. It's like when you see Myles Garrett standing beside a kicker. We're all playing the same sport here. Just different sizes.
Or you see Eddie Steele in the Critters post-game picture beside all the other hockey players.
Not wearing shoulder pads.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Some other news and notes for today. Ingram named to the All-Star game as a Steph Curry replacement. So Brandon Ingram for the Raptors.
Nice.
Going to the All-Star game, a little cool thing for the resume. Marie-Philippe Poulin will not play when Canada takes on the United States over in Italy. That one gets going just after noon. The way Canada has played, going back to the rivalry series, Duke, not very good. It was
not against the Americans.
27-6, I want to say 26-7, something like that. They were outscored in their 4 losses leading up to the games here. So there's always that potential that, eyes on the prize. We're worried about the Olympics, but without your captain and best player, Erin Ambrose also left the game yesterday. I'm not sure if we got an update on her, if she'll be ready to go. We're going to have to see what happens. It could be a tough one. And hey, losing in this doesn't mean it matters, but it doesn't matter that much in this tournament. We think we pencil in Canada, US at the final gold medal game, and that's when you want to be healthy. So for Poulin, maybe it's one of those things, just maintenance day. Let's not rush it back. But the injury looked innocent. Her reaction on the bench didn't look good. Looked like she was in a lot of pain. It wasn't a dirty play by any means, but we'll have to see exactly how it works out. Good for Canada. They had the big lead, so they wasn't really in danger.
I just missed on my parlay on that game.
What was your parlay?
Canada cover the points, 3.5.
Okay.
Julia Gosling, anytime goal scorer. And then I just got greedy. That was the original. I just had a little too late, but I was like, you know what? Let's juice this up a little bit more. Natalie Spooner, anytime goal scorer.
Spoons
didn't cash. So
had one in their opener.
Yes, I was, and so did Gosling, who's been very good. And earlier in the Carey show, I said she was the youngest player on the team. She's actually the second youngest. Gardner is just a couple months younger than she is.
The goalie.
No. Forward.
Oh, really?
Jen Gardner. Yeah.
24?
How old they would be?
Yeah,
they're 2001 born players. Yeah. Those two are, and then
veteran team.
Sarah Fillier is a 2000 born player. Those are the 3 young guns.
Which 26 or soon to be 26, still young in life.
And in women's hockey, right? We usually see the players play their full college careers, so they're not coming out until 22, 23, and then getting drafted now into the PWHL, which is obviously, and Sarah Fillier was number 1 overall pick in that draft. So.
Text line is 1-833-401-1440. Also, shout out to everyone tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram. Hit that like button, Triple Crown Lance. We see you in there. I also wanted to mention, just because you guys touched on it there, the unfortunate incident for local hockey player Ethan Barry. You talked about the GoFundMe that had been set up.
Yeah.
If you do want the link, Gregor tweeted it yesterday, so you can scroll through his X feed. It's also up on Facebook at Sports 1440. When we were looking at it yesterday, I think they had a goal of 50,000 and we're at 48. The goal's been pumped up to 80 and they're at 72,000.
Wow.
So people talk a lot about, the hockey culture and it gets a lot of slander, but hockey takes care of their own. Edmonton, an area, helps out, and shout out to everyone who's made donations for an unfortunate incident. And if you want to do so, go to our Facebook page, Sports 1440, and check out the link. You'll have to scroll down a little bit because we do pump out a lot of content, but the link will be there. And we want to send our thoughts to Ethan Barry and his friends, family, teammates, and even on the other side, the player who hit him. Like, that's got to be devastating right now. By all accounts, wasn't a dirty play. It was a hockey play, and it just didn't work out well. That happens in the game, unfortunately. But there are people. Shout out to everyone who's made their donations so far. 550 people already. Lance texting in, are you guys disappointed with Canada's showing in the Olympics so far? I'm not. I mean, I'm always proud of my fellow Canadians. Like, just joking.
It's the Olympics. It quite literally is the highest caliber of competition you'll find.
And it's early. I mean, hey, we got some curling. We got the speed skaters. We got the ski jump we usually do pretty well in. Moguls and stuff. Like, obviously, hockey. It's early. I think we'll make a push here. You can rack up a bunch in speed skating too. There's so many different varieties.
And like I said, the way Canada's trending in the short track events here, it's looking very good. Couple of 2 or 3 skaters on both the women's 500 and men's 1,000 coming through to there that'll be in the final. So that's positive.
It's like in the summer games when all of a sudden rowing and cycling happens and Canada wins.
There's just like 100 events.
You're like, oh, that's pretty good. Tiger says, late to the show. Got to go to YouTube and catch up. That's what I always recommend. If you ever want to watch the show in full, go to YouTube. You can watch it. Check us out. You can also just download us on Apple or Google, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. That's another way to get the job done. But people like to watch sports talk. I think it's the Duke. I think it's his looks. No? Yes,
I
maybe?
would say no, but I won't argue with any that disagree with me.
The people have spoken. Harry says you have to have a fiddler in the band. This goes back to 1108. What sort of band? You guys
Well, I think
talking music?
we were talking about fiddles at the end of the show because another text for the Duke Olympics came in as a plywood fiddle dancing. So you have a fiddler and you just dance on a little sheet of plywood.
Yeah.
And I said I know some fiddle players.
I thought I know it's people are kind of leaning into the whole country aspect of the Duke Olympics. I thought like there'd be like a shotgun beer type thing.
I save that for the critters.
You know, maybe curling or something. Because you do curl. Lance says, just curious. Saw online there's a few events we're supposed to medal for and didn't even qualify. Yeah, I mean, hey, it could happen.
Well, guess what? The other countries are trying to.
Everyone's trying. You know, it's crazy too. Like I'm watching the luge, and you just see like because I was talking with my parents about it. Dropped Benny off this morning, and we're watching the games and just thinking like you could be the best at it in the world and make one mistake. And that's all it takes in these events. Like, especially on an event like the luge, like you go off course just a little bit, your foot comes off the sled for a second. Like so many things can go wrong. You got to be locked in mentally that whole way down. Plus you're going, they don't know the speeds for me, but you're going pretty quick. I imagine that's one I don't think I'd want to do, or skeleton. Those are just a little bit too risky. Maybe bobsleigh if I could be one of the middle people, or I just push and then hover, lock in.
This is long for the ride.
Yeah.
You're not the steer or the brake man?
No, I don't think so. I'd be, well, those one usually go to like the former NFL player or like Kelsey Mitchell, right?
Right.
Just push. We know your strength. I actually don't even know where she sits in the sled.
She's a brake man.
She's brake?
Back. So, and because, and you know, once again, in talking with Kelsey last week or 2 weeks ago now, before she left for Italy, my ignorance on the topic. In women's bobsleigh, there's only single and two men. 4 men's.
Single bobsleigh?
I guess so.
What? That's interesting.
You got a lot going on there.
Yeah. I mean, hey, there's a lot I don't know about the Winter Olympics. So
I think there's even more I don't know about the Summer Olympics. But
when the new event just pops up, like, oh, cool.
Well, didn't you say that there was a new event this year? Was one of the you were most excited for? Mountaineering?
Yeah, mountaineering.
So are they climbing a mountain?
Climbing a mountain on their skis. It's a third of that. And then you take off your skis and hike. And then you have to ski down.
That's tough.
So I wonder, like, if you were, let's say Canada's taking 10 skiers to the Olympics. You're honest with yourself. You're like, at best, I'm 14. I'm just going to try this new sport.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, you just bow out of your
like
team?
in terms of like you're going into the trials to determine who.
Yeah, and you're like, you know what? Or like you hear about this event, I'm going to start training it. I'm going to just climb up hills and then ski. I will be better than the majority of these people going down the hill. I just have to improve my climbing of the hill.
Right.
I wonder if anyone had done that. And cardio, always got to have cardio. Just being honest with yourself. Yeah, maybe you'd rather compete in something else, but to go to the games, you already are a world-class skier. Just bow out of that one.
Give up.
Connor, you have to realize that you all have fans on YouTube. None of you look like a bag of smashed. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Duke looks great. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Yeah. Haven't heard any talk of the new motorsport power couple, Lewis and Kim Kardashian from Mac. Okay, so who was the other Kardashian? Kylie at the Super Bowl?
Those are Jenners.
Well, but they're sisters.
They're stepsisters, or no, half sisters to the Kardashians. There's Kim, Courtney,
Chloe.
and Chloe.
I'm very in depth on this.
Oh, then why are you asking me?
But at the Super Bowl, was Kendall there?
Probably.
I think it was Kendall. I heard someone say that Lewis Hamilton used to date her.
Probably offering a Pepsi to everybody that hated the halftime show.
That's how you ease things.
Yeah. Listen, you give me a Pepsi, I'm calm, cool, relaxed.
So reports that the sister, Kendall, dated Lewis Hamilton.
And now Kim is?
Now Kim is? And then I also heard that...
What is this, TMZ?
Kendall might have dated Bad Bunny.
Okay.
So at the Super Bowl...
This is actually where Mackenzie is our best insight on this. She keeps up with
She's watching her ex perform in front of millions. And then right in front of her
Her other ex, is now
Rumored
dating her
ex.
half sister.
Dating her half sister.
But if you're a celebrity, isn't like everybody your ex? Like, if, with few exceptions, it seems like a lot of these celebrity types have a new squeeze every other week.
Oh, why not? You're young, you're good looking in Hollywood. Do it.
Make your rounds.
Ugly in Edmonton.
Test the
Why not?
waters. Yeah.
Do whatever you got to do. Triple C in a truck says Kylie used to date Lewis Hamilton and Bad Bunny. I'm just saying that would have been an awkward moment for her. Like,
but isn't she now with ASAP Rocky? No, wait, that's Rihanna. Tyga.
No, that was the other one. Turn your mic on.
This is driving Mackenzie insane.
Like, I was waiting so patiently for you
Explain
guys
it.
to be
Explain
like,
it to the millennials.
Okay. Kendall is the one that dated Lewis Hamilton.
Okay.
And she dated Bad Bunny. She also dated Ben Simmons.
NBA player.
Yeah. Actually, they just
Fringe
had a little
jokes.
moment on social media because she was taking the Patriots and he commented, "The Seahawks will get a ring before you do." Yeah. And
Ben
then,
Simmons said
Yeah,
that?
he shouldn't be
Yes.
talking.
I don't know.
Who
how
is
you guys
he to
didn't see
say
it.
that? This is Ben Simmons we're talking about.
And then Chloe dated Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Yeah, obviously.
Didn't work out. Well, they had kids, so.
Yeah. And then Kylie dated Tyga, and now she's with Timothy Chalamet.
There we go.
And Kourtney Kardashian is with Travis Barker, the
Okay,
drummer
yeah.
from Blink-182. So,
Formerly Scott Disick before that.
yeah.
I know some things.
And there's rumors about Scott Disick and Chloe, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
kind of crazy.
They were always too close,
Yeah.
from what I remember.
I'm out of my element on the show today.
Essentially, what I was saying is that it had to be awkward for her watching all
Okay,
this.
point taken.
We-
I think you're right.
We really dove into it, one might say. And I was looking, just like, did Ben Simmons ever win anything? Just like he could make that comment. Did he win something back in
High school.
Melbourne, or Melbourne as the locals call it? No. Doesn't look like it. He's been freshman of the year, McDonald's All-American, but I don't think he won gold at the FIBA Oceania Championship.
Good for
Do you get a ring for that? If so,
Probably if you buy it yourself.
fair comment. Imagine dating your brother's ex-girlfriend, says Lance. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Bad news is, are you guys reading Manjapani for Fogel about it possibly happening? Listen, why would the Kings do that? Tell me why.
When we had Dennis Bernstein on the Carey show last week, he talked about Fogel and how he has, struggled a little bit. And by just purely definition, even though he does still work hard and does a lot of little things right, like, it's a bad contract right now. But with that being said, how can you look at what he may, at least he's still in the lineup every night.
Mhm.
He hasn't played himself out from that perspective. Here's what I'll say about the Mangiapane thing. Based on what I've heard from people that have maybe some form of insider information, plus just a little bit of common sense being applied, I don't think there's any trade involving Andrew Mangiapane that probably doesn't have a sweetener from the Oilers side on it. And if you're talking about, a bad deal for a bad deal, bad contract for bad contract, how does that benefit the Oilers? Are they not trying to create cap space to make an actual positive addition to the lineup? So as a result, that involves Andrew Mangiapane out for essentially nothing, and you're probably going to have to add something onto it in form of draft capital or something to make that work.
Yeah. Hey, Fogel's not having a great year. 6 goals only. You do the quick math. That's
Double
about
the point production of Trent.
12 goals. Hey, if I was the GM, you be LA, I'll be
Okay.
Mr.
I'm Ken Holland.
You're Holland, yeah. And role play here.
Fantasy Frenzy Theater. Hi, Stan.
Ring. Hello, Stan here.
Hey, I was interested in moving on from a bad contract I have, Warren Fogle.
For who?
What do you got?
Well, who do you want in this scenario?
I'd prefer maybe just to open up some cap space
I'm
a team trying to make ads at the deadline to compete in the playoffs.
I'll give you Mangiapane.
Click.
In an alternate universe, you offer Mangiapane, and I say, "Yep."
Oh yeah.
Before you finish, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh yeah. Would you? How about Andrew Mangiapane? Yeah. Paperwork's on its way over.
Check your fax machine; it's there. Like I would make that in a second. I just don't know if I am, Ken Holland, why I would do it. Maybe they would.
He likes Fogle. And he signed him twice over now, right?
Yeah.
Or did Blake sign
I
him?
think Blake signed him originally.
Okay. But he brought him into Edmonton, did he not?
Yeah. Unless it was, it would have been him. I don't know.
The years all blend together. The moral of this story, as clunky as it is that Andrew Mangiapane is a negative asset that the Oilers currently possess, and one that they want to move. Everybody knows they want to move it. There aren't going to be any favors getting done for them, especially from division rivals, one that has lost to the Oilers in 3 straight first rounds. Yeah. And honestly, good chance they play again in the first round this year.
Ken Holland, May 14th, 2025. Fogle signed July 1st, 2024. So, no.
So, no.
He did not make that one.
All right, then.
There you go. Lock it in. That wasn't a sexy role play, Lance. I know. It was just a role play. Regular role play. We do it sometimes.
Yeah, not all role play is sexual in nature.
Exactly. It's true. Very true. Stu Barnes says, pretty sure it was Holland who led him. He left after the first Stanley Cup. Yeah. Cup run. There was no cup. Fogle would help us, though. Why are you two talking the way you are about it? I don't know.
Woody?
Bad Niv, I would take Fogle for Mangiapane in a second.
Yeah, the Oilers like that.
I would take it in a second. I'm not saying, I would like that for the Oilers. I think that would, if he's going through it, bring him back to Edmonton. I like the way he plays. I'm not downplaying him.
It's not but when we were talking fit, the Oilers have a lot of wingers. They have a few centermen as well. But if we're talking about like the Oilers shopping list, bona fide top line left winger with size, I still think that is probably number one. I don't know the attainability of it, the realism of it. Then you move to third line center, probably one that has some diversity in the ability to play up the lineup if need be. But
Riley's a name people like.
Ryan O'Reilly is like your prototype there, right? You need somebody that can win faceoffs, kill penalties, and once again, preferably with some size and some sandpaper. It's always an added bonus. Then after that, if you're getting really cute and things don't flesh out, I still think the team needs another actual top 4 defenseman to play the right side. That's a little bit of a personal thing. Not everyone necessarily agrees with me there, and that's fine. But watching the team, that's what I see. Because the Jake Wallman, Darnell Nurse pairing is not working out.
I'm with you up front 100%. Like, if you can get top 6 wing.
And so I ask you, does Warren Fogle fit any of those bills?
No.
You're getting yourself another bottom 6 winger. Oh, by the way, one that is underperforming this year. Yeah. The Oilers got plenty of that already.
But I would take that on to move on.
Oh, absolutely. Like that. No, I'm in agreement with you there that if you're the Oilers, you like that. But I don't think the Kings like that.
No. And I think like in LA, it's frustrating, but there's got to be some hope that he's going to get his game back. Listen, is he going to score 24 goals?
Probably not.
Might have been a one-off. The 20 in Edmonton was a great year as well. But, if he can get up to 10, 15 in the playoffs, Warren Fogle is a guy you like. You can be physical, has speed, good size. I think that was kind of just, if I'm the Kings, I'm not making that deal. I don't even think about it personally. We'll take a break here. When we come back, more text 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
Roses are red, violets are blue. A pizza my heart will certainly do. Nothing says I love you quite like a Papa John's pizza. This Valentine's week, enjoy a special Pizza My Heart thin crust pizza from Papa John's for only $17.99. Check it out at papajohns.ca or on the Papa John's app. We don't want to break your heart, so the pizza arrives uncut. Available for a limited time only. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
Cantork has turned 25. That's right, 25 years of building tools so good, they practically torque themselves. Hard work and innovation equals problem solved. See our latest designs at cantork.com.
Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $500,000 on Mega Jackpots Ocean Bells? Think about the season tickets you could lock down with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Sometimes you think about what you're going to do in the day. Go to work, pick up the kids from school, make supper. But at GS Construction, we think a little differently. Winter is our season to think, to plan, and to improve. We study, we innovate, we train. So when the thaw comes, we're ready to dig, build, and deliver even better, which means we need people like you. If you're thinking about joining the team at GS Construction, now's the time to do it. To apply and to see how we think, visit gsconstruction.ca.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Free trips, free iPads, a barbecue, a wood stove, the #1 dealer in the world. What? Who cares? How about no pressure, a great deal, finance rates as low as 0%, trade values you can be happy with, and an indoor showroom. And we're pretty good people. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
And that's another goal for Canada. You know what would be even better than winning gold?
Okay, I'll bite.
Winning a gold medal made of Wilhauk beef jerky.
Athletes do get hungry, and they could use a snack on the podium. I think I'll start a petition.
Really?
No. Now pass the Wilhauk and turn up the games.
For a truly Canadian snack to cheer on our truly Canadian athletes, you need Wilhauk beef jerky, made with Alberta pride right here in Leduc.
Skyland Rides is one of Alberta's premier specialty charter companies. With our luxury motor coaches, we provide our customers with the safest and most reliable ground transportation services. Our seatbelt equipped, top-of-the-line motor coaches have become the preferred carrier for many local sports teams, tours, corporate outings, and other various travel needs across Western Canada. For more information and to request a quote, contact sales at 877-748-0991 or visit silentrides.ca.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Invest for today and tomorrow. Vision Credit Union makes it simple with 2 RRSP options to fit your goals. Choose a secure term deposit RRSP with guaranteed returns or a mutual fund RRSP offering higher growth potential with exciting opportunities. With an RRSP, you'll save on your income tax, grow your investments tax-free, and get closer to your dreams, whether it's retirement or your first home. The deadline to qualify for 2025 tax deductions is March 2nd. Learn more at visioncu.ca.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:28. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky. Fans across the pond getting ready for Canada versus U.S. women's ice hockey. No Marie-Philippe Poulin for the Canadians. It'll be tough. The Americans have owned them as of late, but any given Tuesday, things can go crazy over there. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Country Mac with you here. Text lines 1-833-401-1440. Show brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. This segment specifically will be brought to you by elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger breaking down the green and gold. The most in-depth double E football coverage you will find. Go check it out, elksnation.ca, articles, podcasts, videos, and more. Bad Niv had been texting in about getting Mangiapane and Fogle swapped. We don't think it's going to happen. Bad Niv said, add a useless 4th-round pick and get it done. Well, 2 things. Duke, when do the Oilers have a 4th round pick?
2028 is their next 4th round pick.
So you don't have it for a while. So it's down the road.
You don't have a 4th or 5th rounder this year. You have a 2nd and 3rd. That's pretty limited draft capital if you're talking about continuing to roll the wagon along. You want to be all in. That's where the Oilers are at, but still. Next year, 1st, 2nd, no 3rd or 4th, and 2 5ths. Year after that, all their picks, plus an extra 3rd rounder, which I believe is, it's a separate trade. Paul Fisher and a 3rd round pick for future considerations back in 2024.
You also pointed out, and Bad Neil, you used the word useless. Throwing a useless 4th round pick. If you think it's useless,
I'm sure Ken Holland looks at it and says, now that is valuable capital.
I still don't gain any cap space, but I have a 4th round pick that is useless. I'll pick a kid who's 15 right now. That'll help me maybe in 8 years when I'm not with the team anymore.
Right. Like Ken, as much as we talk about the Oilers being in win now mode, the Kings are kind of right there too.
Yeah. For Ken Holland.
A lot of their best, like this is the last year of Anze Kopitar. He's retiring. He's still the team's number 1 centerman. They've got some guys that are like up at, like, talk about Alex Laferriere, Adrian Kempe's in his prime right now. Byfield, is he a number 1 centerman? It's kind of looking like maybe not. Number 2 is probably more realistic. Kevin Fiala's in his prime. Like they're very much right now. You don't go and sign guys like Cody Ceci and what was the other defense? Brian Dumoulin, with the expectation that you're playing for 5 years down the road.
Mike says, guys, I heard Rob Brown saying the Oilers should target a top 6 winger with size and or a 4 or 5 D-man. Kid said we're currently 1 injury away to our top 4 from being in big trouble.
An injury away? If you watch the team play the last couple weeks, I think they're in trouble defensively right now.
They're staying healthy away from it. And they're in it. He also said that when it comes to tight games, they'll be playing their top 6 very heavily. Then he asked if getting O'Reilly, Jenner, or Coyle as a 3rd line center would change that. Would they take away time from the top 6 and get to the 3rd line? Well, maybe. I mean, I think you would probably feel more comfortable with one of those guys out there, yeah. But why? Jenner isn't going to get traded. Columbus is playing good hockey now.
Making a big push.
Like, I don't think you do that. So, yeah, you nailed it, though, Duke. You said it. A winger, someone on the back end, a real 3rd line center. That allows you to keep the top line together. That's good. Or you have to make that decision to acquire a top 6 winger and move Nuge to 3rd line, I think, would be the 2 options there, but got to upgrade somewhere. Greater Man Jay says, I think Fogle trade for Mangiapane is a non-issue both ways. Why would LA do us any favors, and why do we add another player to the offensive graveyard?
Yeah, for once again, a player that is struggling offensively this season.
I'm with you. I mean, it's an interesting debate. It's good conversation, but I just
brings
don't get
something else that you maybe would like in your bottom 6, but at what cost?
Yeah.
If we're talking lateral move, Mangiapane for him, yeah, like the Oilers would like that. But the Kings, I don't think would be as keen.
Unless they're thinking, we get this guy who can come in and maybe agitate, new landing, fresh start. But I just don't. I think they'd rather keep what they have in that situation. But again, that's just me. I'm going to say it doesn't happen, but maybe something does. What if we just hold on to Mangiapane? There's a small chance he might figure it out in the playoffs like Connor Brown in his first year, or Klingberg. Plus, it's depth, not worth wasting the asset just to get rid of him. Focus on the areas we have issues and leave Mangiapane on the bench, just like Jeff Skinner if we have to. From Lance, I mean, there's always that chance. Mike Pekka did it back in the 05 or 06 Cup run. Connor Brown's a good one. He figured it out, had a role. But can Mangiapane be the player that Connor Brown was? Because Connor Brown, I know when they signed him, it was like
he couldn't score that year, but he still was doing a lot of other things effectively.
When he was brought in, everyone's like, Erie Otter connection. He's going to score goals.
He's about to tuck 30.
That didn't happen. And like you said, great penalty killer, could play in your bottom 6, did all the little things right. Do you think Mangiapane has that in his game to do that type of role?
If he does, we haven't seen it this year.
Yeah.
Or we did for a period and then he got benched.
He was good in that period. Just took a turnover.
Bad turnover.
That was enough for the coaching staff to make that change. But yeah, you've seen it, can do it. It's just consistency, which, as we know, is the toughest part of the pro game. Text lines 1-833-414-1440. Duke, no Murray flip plan. We're just seeing the warmies right now. There's a lot of people who can step up. I'm going to look at Natalie Spooner, vet on this team. Has a goal already. There's going to be some young players that are going to have to step up in her presence, but I'm going to look at the vet here and say there's someone I think that, I'm not saying anytime goal scorer. That's American team's very good, doesn't allow many goals, but that's one person I would say, like, you've been through this before. You've been someone who's been counted on heavily in the past. We need one from you here.
I think for sure. I had this kind of as an in or out with Kevin this morning, and I was looking more towards the youth. And I think Julia Gosling, who scored in each of the first two games, Sarah Fillier, has been a good contributor here in the early going. We talked about them being two of the three youngest players on the team. They have a lot of pedigree. That they made this team for a reason. I think they could be leaned on to elevate their play, maybe get some more opportunity as a result with Poulin's absence. So that's where I'm looking. But puck drop coming up here in about a half hour or so time. I'm looking forward to scurrying home and watching this one this afternoon.
Sheldon says, hey guys, any comments about Paul Coffey potentially coming back behind the bench? More speculation, I suppose. I mean, this coaching staff kind of made the decision to part ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Knobloch obviously brought in his coaching staff. Those are the guys he hired. Gregor talked about it a lot, as did Sean Brown yesterday on the Gregor show. Kind of, if you can't bring him back and keep the same head coach, can you?
I don't think so. I could see it being that if it were to get to the point that the Oilers decided to move on from Chris Knobloch, then you revisit the Paul Coffey discussion. Otherwise, the only way I see this happening is it's from ownership. Daryl Cates says, Chris Knobloch, Paul Coffey is now on your staff. Congratulations. And they try and work it out. But in terms of Knobloch pursuing it himself, I have a hard time seeing that.
Yeah.
They did not see eye to eye on the way players were handled or individuals were handled, and just like the almost their philosophy on coaching was not the same. And I'm sure it was amicable to the extent that like there's no bad blood. Like they don't hate each other, and this is just guessing. Because otherwise I don't think Coffey would have came back for a second year.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, different coach types, you don't have to agree on everything. And a matter of fact, you probably don't want to agree on everything, but there does have to at least be a similar line of thought on, like I said, philosophy. And there seemed to be a little bit of a disconnect there. Thank you for your service. Go back. You're reinstated as special advisor to the owner. And we'll carry on with a new staff in place, essentially top to bottom.
And does Coffey want to come back? Would he want to come back in that situation? I don't know. There is something I think about Paul Coffey. When he speaks, you listen. I mean, he's one of the greatest defensemen of all time. We got, offensive for sure. Not that Mark Stewart isn't. He played 700 games, 673.
Yeah.
No, he's in the playoffs. He's just under 700. Like, this is a very good NHL player for a long time. But Paul Coffey's a Hall of Famer. So I think there's just maybe there is a little bit of, when he speaks, you're listening just a little bit more intently. But let's not forget, there was lulls in the Oilers' defensive game under Paul Coffey as well. It wasn't perfect throughout the entirety of the season. We know how slow they started last season. Figured it out. That would be a shakeup, though. But I think a lot of us are in agreement that if that happens, might ruffle some feathers. We'll take a break here. We'll get your text when we return. Let us know. What do you think about the Oilers? We can talk Mangiapane. You can talk Mark Stewart, Paul Coffey, Olympics, all that sort of thing. Heck, NFL's offseason now. That's going to take a back burner. But, hey, Lance, the Raiders got their guy.
The Raiders.
It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
Smart, connected, community driven. Jason Gregor sets the standard for sports talk in Edmonton. Join the conversation on Sports 1440. Text Gregor 833-401-1440. Sports 1440, where Edmonton talks sports.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
And now Action Electrical's testing team is on defense duty. They're the guardians of safety and compliance, a critical part of any lineup.
Precisely. They perform rigorous safety and code compliance testing for commercial operations. Think of them as the referees, ensuring everything is up to standard before disaster strikes.
Their preventative plays are legendary, spotting faults early. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
From the first face-off to the final whistle, Sports 1440 is your home for hockey talk. With live coverage, expert analysis, and pre- and post-game shows, we bring you closer to the game. Tune in 24/7, only on Sports 1440, Edmonton's sports station.
Welcome to Uncommon. Welcome to Subaru. Engineered for Canadian winters, built for real-life confidence. Tackle the ice and snow with Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive, delivering the power, control, stability, and grit you need. And when the temperature plummets, you'll cruise in comfort with heated seats and heated steering wheel. All this plus peace of mind with Subaru's top safety pick status for 19 years running. This winter, it's time to get you into a Subaru. Visit Subaru.ca today.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:41. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. 4 more days, people.
Until Valentine's Day.
Go get your beef jerky. I'm trying to tell you. Especially for, you got that man in your life.
Thank Connor later.
He's hungry.
He's a hungry man.
You listening, Mackenzie?
Always.
Yeah, with bated breath by the time. Yeah.
Take that trip out to the Duke. Get your boyfriend a bag of beef jerky, and as the Duke just said, thank us later.
It's honestly not a bad idea.
Thank me later.
It's a great idea. There's other things there as well.
Oh, it's the spicy pickled carrots.
Yeah, that's more Duke's thing.
They're to die for.
Plus, the Duke's a beautiful town.
If anybody wanted to be my secret admirer come this Valentine's Day, that would be a good way to endear yourself to me.
You come in Friday morning and there's like a thing of spicy carrots to Duke from his secret admirer. Enjoy.
That'd be great.
I'm
on several fronts.
For you, I would prefer just the jerky. Maybe some pepperoni.
You don't even want to try the spicy carrot?
I did try it.
It's not over. It's not too much.
It's not too much. We actually had the McDonald's drop off.
Oh, the Frank's Red Hot menu.
Frank's Red Hot.
And how'd you manage?
It wasn't that spicy.
Well, that's what's great about Frank's. You can put that bleep on everything.
Here's the thing. It was very saucy. And I know that's important to you.
It is.
So I got the grilled chicken one. That's what was handed to me. Not on a diet.
Healthier alternative.
Yeah. But it was very saucy. So when it dripped down, you dip the fries in that. Very tasty.
What I'm excited to try from this new limited time thing from our friends at McDonald's is the dipping sauce that you can get if you get like some nuggets or something. It's like a hot honey Frank's.
Oh yeah.
I'm a fiend for some hot honey.
Do you ever dip nuggets in honey?
I cannot say I have.
Yeah.
Honey mustard.
I think that might have just been a thing my little sister did because they have it as an option at McDonald's. So to this day, like if I get nuggets, I'll get a honey in there.
Just straight honey.
Straight honey, yeah.
Isn't it a little thick?
A little bit. You just no.
I feel like you could lose some of the breading in there.
No, not like that. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else does it. Please let me know. If you go to McDonald's, do you ever get honey with your nuggets? It might have been my sister, and I just went with it because Ashley doesn't do it.
It's a learned trait.
You don't do it. Triple C in a truck says you dip it in honey, then barbecue sauce. Top notch. Ooh, some sweet honey barbecue. Triple C in a truck. That might have been your best text of all time. That's a great idea.
Well, definitely better than ones suggesting AJ Brown is a better receiver than Jamar Chase. But, we're talking apples to oranges here.
Got the text line going. Daniel says, I love honey with my nuggets. Eden
honey nuggets
also does it. Honey, then hot sauce. It seems like it's almost the base layer for a dipping. People are into it. People are also into the Lowdown Flow Tide. It's coming up next year on Sports.
Oh, they're into it big time.
Noon to 2, Tuesday. Donovan Paulson coming in the studio.
Ooh, did Kevin leave his present for him that he brought him back from Mexico? I doubt it.
It's kind of hard not to feel bad about not getting a pen like everyone else did.
Well, I think Kevin just followed my lead on the fact that I brought back presents for the individuals that I felt were really picking up the slack of my absence. So I got one for Kevin, Josh, and Donovan.
Yeah.
You're not on the morning show.
You got me a mug.
Oh, and you, because I wasn't here for this show.
Yeah.
Kevin was like, I'm a morning show man.
Well,
just my three, and obviously Donovan was in while Kevin was away. So
I didn't get Kevin a mini football player.
Oh, yeah.
But that's because he doesn't have a team.
Right.
If he just picked a team, I would give him one. But I can't give him several. My collection will be gone.
Kevin said he saw that picture I've shown you of like the painted skulls, right? You see them everywhere in the Mexican shops and stuff with the NFL teams on them. Make it look like a helmet. He saw a Texans one just as I did. And he's like, I thought about getting that for you too. But then I flipped it over and looked at the price and was like, oh, that's like 4 margaritas. Oh,
you got to negotiate though.
Well, I asked him if he negotiated on these. He got his pens. I was like, did you negotiate on this? He's like, no.
When I bought I bought luchador masks and they had an Oilers one. So I was like, I'm buying that. This was 20 years ago almost. And then a Riders one. And I was like, I'm doing it. I'm negotiating. Now, he probably won the negotiation, but I got the masks. So, we all won.
I made a point of like, I'm not buying. I went to several different places because I was like, I'm not buying from there unless I can haggle at least a little bit. I don't need to like think that I won or anything, but I just want a little back and forth, especially if there's a language barrier to go with it. So that I'm just like speaking the most broken Spanish you've ever heard, trying to negotiate. That and then the fact if the cups were actually made in Mexico, those are my two caveats of the presents I brought back.
Art of the deal.
Yep.
Ben Dangles says, my wife loves homemade chicken nuggets with honey. And then Trailer Park Ryan says, hey guys, dip your nuggets in sweet and sour sauce, then barbecue. Game changer. Lance says, Honey on My Nuggets is a great album name. Or band. Works for both. He also enjoys the hire of Clint Kubiak.
How can you not? Guy just won a Super Bowl.
He says, I'd like to have a coach for 2 years. Yeah, I mean, I
think dream big, Lance.
That's the biggest thing for the Raiders with Kubiak, and I'm sure they'll give it to him. But they have to be patient. They can't be like, all right, turn it around, and then we're going to bring back Antonio Pierce. It's got to be a long-term plan. I said the same thing with Pete Carroll. I thought it was a good hire to kind of right the ship, but it was 1 year, and it just set them back even further. Then again, got them the first overall pick. It's like the decade of darkness leading to McDavid. It sucked, but
it's all about
good.
Yeah. It's about the destination, not the journey.
But now
that's the opposite, but
it's kind of about both.
Miley Cyrus, it's all about the climb.
Yeah. Delaying gratification for another year for the Raiders.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, we've talked about the Raiders quite a bit. Now, I saw some things popping off on Twitter about Max Crosby and maybe his future in doubt with the team.
Well, it certainly seemed like it the way the end of the year went.
If you're a manager, I think moving on from him for the future is the right thing to do.
Like if you're the Raiders, I'm sorry, you get the first overall pick. That's awesome. You have an awesome new offensively inclined head coach. This is not going to be a one-season turnaround.
No.
The Raiders roster is very poor. The assets you'd be able to recoup by trading Max Crosby could expedite that a lot more than keeping Max Crosby on your roster and him eventually leaving anyway because he wants to go play for a contender in another year or two.
And he said it before, like he's been so pro Raider his whole career, as he should be. They're paying him quite handsomely. But I mean, if you're a team and you believe you can make that push, he's going to be traded out of the division if he's traded. If you were I mean, the Chicago Bears are one people bring up because of Khalil Mack and
their need for a pass rusher.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean, you would do that. There's a lot of teams that, especially in the NFC, that a player or two away. Like, geez, could you imagine if the Rams went for it? They have 2 first-round picks this year. Would they part with the Falcons pick?
Top 10.
And then if you're the Raiders, you get 2 top 10 picks. I mean, that would be unbelievable. That's where I'm leaning right now. Max Crosby to the Rams. But yeah, like you said, you get a couple first or seconds, whatever it might be, and the Raiders have a lot of holes. So it could be a quicker route to getting things going. Bill says, I think it's a throwaway for Canada. They're not worried about winning this one. They want it when it matters.
But with that in mind, when you've lost as many times in a row and by the margins you have to this American team, is there not a certain point that confidence or a mental hurdle comes up? Like, they're pros. These are the best women in the world at what they do. But like, don't you start to get to the point where you're just beat down, be like, we have no hope against this team?
I feel like that's kind of a thing a loser says after a game. Didn't matter.
Yeah, we're worried about gold.
Worried about gold. You're going to say that if you lose. The Americans would say the same thing. But why not go out there and make a statement down your best player?
That's where I'm at with this. I think this game matters a lot. I do.
And if they lose, they can say that, hey, our attention on what's in front of us, not what's behind us. We're moving on from this game. But I don't think it's a throwaway.
Like, throwaway is a very, very aggressive term for it, because at worst you want to compete well to get a read on the Americans. Like, how are they going to counter what we do? How are we? And so getting quality game film from this will matter in what is likely to be a rematch of the gold medal game. So to call it a throwaway game, like what, you're just rolling out all your spare parts and they don't really have a backup goaltender necessarily, but you get my point. No, they're absolutely going to go out there and try and win, and they're going to put everything on the line possible to do so.
I mean, you do kind of want to set up potentially a air quote easier path. It's not like there's really a difficult path. It should be Canada, US, no matter what.
Yeah.
Lance said, I thought he was wanting to stay now. Well, that's it. Who really knows?
You can give whatever lip service you want to media, but and at the end of the day, is it up to him? If they decide they want to trade him and really, really legitimately lean into this rebuild, well, I'm sure he won't mind playing for a team that is probably closer to the pinnacle of football than where the Raiders are at.
Yesterday, Pro Football Talk had a article. The headline, Max Crosby reportedly told Tom Brady he'll never play for the Raiders again.
Crosby reportedly said that?
Reportedly. Put as much stock as you want into that. Remember when Miles Garrett was leaving because he wants to win?
With the Browns. Here's a few $100 million.
$40 million.
You know what? I think I love Cleveland.
Yeah,
this place rocks.
you can't really put too much stock.
And look, he won another Defensive Player of the Year for his efforts.
He was phenomenal. Good defense. Offense couldn't keep it up, but we'll wait and see. I just if you're looking into it, and as a GM, I think you don't have that emotional connection with players. You say, I want to build a winner. This would be a good time to move on from him. And like you said, just speed up that process. That being said, if you keep him, he's one hell of a player, and he's going to help you quite a bit. Northside Lou says there's no throwaway games when you've been crushed by your opponent in the past. And I'm with you. I think Duke is as well. We talked about it. It was like 27-6. They were outscored in their last 4 games. They lost a game 10-4 in Edmonton, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, you got to have a better effort here, at least, to prove to yourself if they meet in the gold medal game. Like, okay, guys, we're not that far apart. And even if you fall, you lose by a couple goals. Hey, we're down our best player. If she's able to return for the gold medal game, I mean, you get that boost back. But this is big time. The Americans win. They're going to get cocky on social media. Just like when they were in the Four Nation Face-Off in a meaningless game. But when it matters, we elevate. Hopefully. It's going to be sweet. Thursday morning's going to be unbelievable, too.
Oh, I'm pumped. It's going to be great because it's also like, hey, the script writers, they must have really taken into account morning radio in Edmonton for the Olympics, because Laddie Schmid, Kevin Karius, tete-a-tete, while Canada will be playing Czech at the Olympics.
They both have a TV in their eyesight. Watching on YouTube will be must watch because they're just going to be like, it's going to be side profile only.
Yeah, they might just take the last hour and a half of the show off. It's going to be, instead of actually hosting a talk radio show, they might just be because people do this all the time. It's a live stream of them watching a game.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get, but also I don't. Wouldn't you rather just watch the game than watch people watching the game?
I mean, maybe you want their commentary. It's someone you really like. You really like Steve Dangle, so you watch his commentary.
The Dangle.
With the game on. Do we know who's starting between the pipes for this one?
Well, I just saw them wheeling the goalies out in the back of the golf cart, but I don't know if one was starter or not.
Mashmeyer backing up.
So Debian.
Watts, Nurse, Fillier. I'm just looking through here. Looks like Canada. Oh, Aaron Ambrose will play, it looks like.
Nice.
He's coming from Claire Hanna of TSN. So
she's on the desk right now.
That's good. There you go. You got your second pairing right defense. Good to go. Left yesterday in the win late in the third period, but good to go. Daryl Watts, man.
Good player.
Can't be taking penalties for roughing for doing nothing, but
that's the Olympics for you. We had a text earlier this morning about a potential Canada-USA matchup on the men's side.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, do you expect to see the same type of fireworks we saw in the Four Nations face-off? Like, no. You get kicked out of the game and probably suspended.
Yeah. We were talking to someone yesterday. I should remember. But it was like, does Tom Wilson scare you a little bit? Like, he might do something?
He's just a little bit of a loose cannon.
It's like, yeah, he might do something. It could happen.
Which is good. That should keep the Americans on their toes.
I hope so.
Or any other opponent for that.
Well, at the same time, the Kachucks could do something.
Yeah, they're loose cannons.
It's going to be awesome. Anywho, that'll do it for us here on Fantasy Frenzy. Thank you guys for joining us on the show. We'll take our mandated 23-hour break. Be back to do it again tomorrow. Right now, we got the Lowdown with Low Tide. Duncan Kruger, LT. It's on Donovan Paulson here as well. So keep it locked here and keep the text rolling in. 1-833-401-1440. For the panel, I'm Connor Halley. Check the podcast if you missed anything, or go watch it on YouTube at Sports 1440 AM right now. Sports 1440 update brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhawkbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Here is Country Mac.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Marie-Philippe Poulin has officially been ruled out for today's matchup against the U.S. with a lower body injury, but is considered day-to-day. Aaron Ambrose will play after leaving yesterday's game against Czechia. Canada's Delato Dudek has been cleared to compete in the pairs competition in Milan after hitting her head in training on January 30th in Quebec. Canada won silver in short track speed skating mixed team relay this morning. Canada trailed the Italians and Chinese for much of the race, but after China slipped late, allowing the Canadians to take advantage. Maple Leafs winger William Nylander is questionable for Team Sweden's opening game tomorrow after missing practice today. Coach Hellam said it's going to be a pretty late decision. 4 games in the association. Indiana and New York tip off at 5:30. The Clippers are in Houston. Dallas takes on Phoenix. And finally, the Spurs and Lakers. Next on Sports 1440, the Lowdown with Low Tide, Alan Mitchell, Declan Kruger, Josh Fenwick, and Donovan Paulson. I'm Mackenzie, and that's your